So this is a picture of the car we were working on. This is a 1999 Acura TL. It has a 3.2 liter engine. It is a V6. And yeah. So I am Cassandra Sanchez, and welcome to the video. One of the usual places for the VIN would be here. That would be the bottom corner of the driver's side windshield. It also has multiple VINs everywhere else, such as the driver's side door jamb and inside the engine bay. And then the car's certifications are under the hood. There's one, here's two, and there's the third one. There's also one for air conditioning systems as well, right there. So the OBD2 connector is in the center dashboard, underneath the HVAC controls in the entertainment center. It's located here under what they call the ashtray. The ashtray has been removed, but it would be found under here. And then the manufacturer dates for this car are over here in the driver's side door jamb, right about here. So that's the manufacturing date. That is, oh man, you're gonna make me do math. So this car is made in 98. And then the PCM is located under the center dashboard, like right there. And then the fuse for it is going to be in the passenger side, all the way, here we go, over here in the passenger side fuse box. It is number 13. So, don't know if we can see the numbers, but 13 is right here. That's a 7.5 amp fuse. This is the fuel pump relay. It typically is behind the dashboard about here. Usually it's supposed to be like a relay and it's behind the dashboard, but it was removed and soldered onto another motherboard to make it easier access for us to see. So this is the fuel pump. It's located in the middle of the trunk, like the front middle, and the fuel filter is inside the fuel pump for this model. Here is the fuel rail where the injectors are a part of, and it's just like right kind of under the intake manifold there and there. And then over here is the camshaft position sensor. It's just this one right here. It's like right next to it. So to find the crankshaft position sensor, you kind of got to go kind of like under here on the passenger side wheel well. It's going to be about, let me see, it should be about right there. You see that little thing with the green right there? That is your crankshaft position sensor. This is our throttle position sensor. This is our map sensor. This is our intake air temperature sensor. And then this is our fuel pressure testing fitting. So here, right there is the, is the engine coolant temperature sensor, the ECT. And then right here is the exhaust gas recirculation valve, so that's the EGR right there. Over here, this tiny one right there, that is the ICA, while also being the throttle actuator control, and that's like right under the throttle body. The ECT is like right under the intake manifold, and then the EGR is like kind of like right in front of that. First O2 sensor is right in front of the catalytic converter. It's like it's right there. And then a second one, and the other O2 sensor is right behind the catalytic converter. It's right there. After plugging in the scan tool, we can see that there are permanent codes and temporary codes. In the permanent codes, there are 5 permanent codes. You can kind of pause the video to like look at those. And then for our temporary codes, we have 1 if the Scantron will let me, change. And then for our temporary codes, we have just 1. And so yeah, those are the DTCs for right now. So I'm currently getting the VIN right now, just waiting on it to tell me what it is. Fortunately, due to an internal circuit failure in the PCM, we cannot get our calibration service ID. Nor can we get the VIN number either. These are our PIDs when the car is off, so if you want to pause here, I'm going to go down. See the rest. Okay. And now we're gonna go back up. And these are the PIDs with the car started. So we're just gonna scroll down a little bit, kind of look at all the ones we really care about. And now I'm gonna go unplug the intake air temperature sensor. Also, the sensor is reading 82 degrees Fahrenheit right now. With the intake air temperature sensor unplugged, it reads its base setting of -40 degrees Fahrenheit. Here is the freeze frame data for this vehicle. We're just going to scroll down, kind of look at everything really quick. That's it. Pause whenever you find it necessary.
Oh, there it is.
And yeah, that is our freeze frame data. Have no pending codes. Okay, so the PCM for this car has a few different connectors. The one on the left is connector A. You can pause the video if you want to read all of the pins and like all the numbers for them. And then there's also connector B. Again, you can pause them if you need to. Connector C and connector D. Also, just read them. And the last ones is connector E. And so this car is the 99 model, so you would really just look at this one. But here's the other connector E's for the 2000 model to the 2003 model. So pause the video for that. So here's a list of all the components that feed into the PCM. So you have your PGMFI, so that's your programmed fuel injector system. You have the fuel injector timing and duration. That's where the PCM has memory for basic discharge duration, and it monitors long-term fuel trim, which it can detect long-term malfunctions if it occurs during 2 consecutive trips, and it will set a DTC. It also has ignition control timing, starting control, alternator control, AC switch, AC compressor clutch relay, top dead center sensor, crankshaft position sensor, the manifold absolute pressure, so the MAP sensor, your intake air temperature sensor, your engine coolant temperature sensor, your throttle position sensor, the barometric sensor, the heated oxygen sensors, and then your NOx sensor. And on the screen, is all the definitions and like what the PCM does with them. So I'm just gonna. So here are from the PGMFI system to the AC compressor clutch relay. You can pause the video to look at that. Here is top dead center sensors right there. Pause it again if you want. Crankshaft position sensor. Map sensor. Intake air temperature sensor. The ECT sensor. Throttle position sensor. Right here is our barometric sensors and our oxygen sensors. And here is our NOx sensor. Editing cast here. So this is the end of my video. This is just me editing. There's a few things where I acknowledge that like some of the video is in fact sideways. You can still understand what I'm talking about, but it is sideways.